That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors. Man,
Your brother's after it. The original. I'm here with Mr. Matt, my producer in training, Jeannie. By the way, we're going to put some kind of like a junior news team. I don't know if that's what I'm going to call it soon. For all those people that wanted to get on it, there still might be a way to worm your way in. The new team.
You can get groomed.
Stay tuned for that. But, Jenny figured out her way in first because the idea was you to figure out how to get to me. Jenny figured before anyone. And before anybody says, that's because she's in your soccer server. Yup!
Womp, womp.
So, what's happening, everybody? So, Matt.
Yo, what's up?
You're about this Dr. Disrespecting?
No, who's Dr. Disrespect? I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But, it was so fascinating, because I said to you before, I said, I don't know what's going to happen. This is very strange. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know how the internet's going to react. But the one thing that I kept finding strange is this demand to condemn him before the evidence came out. Now, it's just cut the music. It's just good practice not to do that. Ask Alex. It's just smart.
Yeah.
Unless you're making things up. But it's like, why are they doing this? Why is that side of the culture war doing this? Like, what's the goal here? Now, some of these people are affiliated with Twitch. They might have known it ahead of time. But, like, if I had inside information, right, and somebody was saying, making an argument that Dr. Disrespect might be
do you have a
innocent,
clip of that?
And I had, hey, Brittany Benning, maybe I should have gone out with him if he told us why. If I had... if I had information that I couldn't reveal, that was under some kind of ethic or code, or I don't know, Twitch won't ever talk to me again if I release the information, and that's really my only source because I'm an esports journalist and I have to keep my connections, so therefore I'm just a puppet for corporations. Let's say I was that guy, right? I wouldn't shame them for going with information that wasn't available at the time that I had that I couldn't release. So I see like Anissa Joma, right? I think she knows. She's dug in. She's with IW. She probably knows, right? I knew that there were people that knew. I at least knew one person knew that I was friendly with in 2020. And by the way, I didn't talk either, right? So why are all these people shaming before Dr. Disrespect commits suicide? All these others. Is this a part of the plan? Is this just something that kind of happens? It's just so strange to me. And I think one of my guesses, I don't think that was necessarily coordinated. I do think it had a lot to do with Doc's friends, especially Nick Merckx. And what did Nick Merckx do? He threw him on the bus.
Went after the trans community.
Yeah. Threw him out. Yeah, to get to him there. Like, and what are you going to do with it now? Now what? Okay, yeah, he's way out of line. I'm done with him. There's no excuse. That's not enough. Like, what? You want us to become a fucking left-wing kook like you now? You want to become Vito? No. This was a 1-2 day story at best. The cat is out of the bag. And then I saw this. Or actually, it was Nick showed me. And I'm starting to think this has less to do with clout, maybe even less to do with politics or culture war than I thought. It has to do with how you see yourself and how others see you. And it's become too apparent to me, even more so than I already knew, that guys like Rod, Slasher, and Nisa Joma actually do really think they're important beyond the sphere of being an influencer. Way beyond it. Like unhealthy, like they're egomaniacs. So this leak comes out, which I don't even bother looking at. Do you have any do you know what this leak entailed? I didn't bother it because it looked like this is not good journalism right here.
It was the leak entailed basically what your guess was that that the age was like 17. He didn't know the age, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then like the Twitch, it was a Twitch op, which they fucked up. They went to the lawyers. Lawyers like, we can't do anything with this. Yada yada yada. Kind of what you were predicting a few days ago, or like a week ago.
So, yeah. So that was my guess. And so Rod is saying this thing's legit. I guess.
Three primary sources on record to one of the most respected reporters. And no, he's saying that this is not legit. He's saying our side is legit. That's our side has sources. That's not a source.
Well, no shit. Then why would you? Then why would you respond to what Nick said? So Nick comes out, somebody I would trust more than anybody that went to journalism school. This is about as credible as those three new anonymous sources in the Bloomberg article. Someone just post the fucking locks, because that'd be satisfied every way. Because I got news for you. I made the point that if they're dick jokes for a girl that's 17, and there's no flirting, and they'll probably look the other way, even though it's way creepy. I think the internet would have looked the other way. I think that ship sailed. Yeah. And I'd be perfectly honest with you. I think there's almost no chance that he didn't know. Almost none that he didn't know, and he was biting the forbidden fruit. Oh, Dr. Disrespect. He was fucking around with it. More than likely, that's it. So Rod responds to Nick, which I find bizarre. Three primary sources on record. One of the most respected reporters in our industry. Oh, like that. Cecilia. Cecilia what? I don't respect anybody that doesn't give a surname. If you refer to yourself as Slasher in an article outside of something in esports, you lose all credibility, you know? To a national publication, Bloomberg is extremely reputable and unknown. Unverified email is not. What are you talking about? Come on, man. Also, I can confirm it's not true. First of all, Nick's not saying it's true. He's saying it's a bunch of horse shit. He's saying that Bloomberg's a bunch of horse shit. Hey, I got news for you, Rod. Nobody believes your side of the culture war anymore. And you know why? And I had some idiot today say there is no culture war, and I had another idiot say that, there is no culture war on the left. It's only on the right. We're too stupid to do it. That was the funniest gaslighting thing I ever said. There's a culture war. And it does fall around a political spectrum. I know that.
It's 100% a culture war.
100%. You're gaslighting. You're lying. No, because you get people like Vito that hate the same people that I hate on the right, okay? Right? But he's just as bad as they are. He is 100% a culture warrior. But the left doesn't want to be labeled as culture warriors. Do you know why? You know what the old word for culture warrior was? Partisan. Nobody wants that label. I got to be honest with you. If you're on the right side or the left side of the culture war, so far, be a culture warrior, but it means you're partisan. But guys like Rod and Vito and all these political types like to think they're above it, or like to pretend they want to project that to you. How dare you talk in Bloomberg in that manner? I got news for you, Rod. The state of journalism, not to mention nobody respects esports journalists, up into including you because of this situation and the Brittany Ventney situation. Okay? That's a character issue. And your side covered for you. Nobody but a bunch of randos are covering for him for disrespect. He is insulted that Nick doesn't believe anonymous sources. He's mad. What was happening prior to everything that was going on? Oh, my evidence. Listen, he's just a pedo. Admit it. What? And without any kind of log, without any kind of statement from Twitch, without any statement from Doc, I just got to condemn him? or I'm okay with, you know, adults talking to minors in an inappropriate manner or a sexual manner. Get the fuck out of here. Take your pedo ejacker and stick it up your ass. In fact, I'll tie it around your neck and pull. How about that? And look at Rod. He can't believe it. Rod, Nick is first of all, he's more left-leaning than I am. Nobody believes you guys anymore. Nobody believes Bloomberg, Fox News, MSNBC. Journalists they're used car salesmen in the 80s. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. He is literally saying to Nick, how dare you not believe my people? My people are superior. And then I started to think, well, Doctor, they were kind of doing this before the whole thing came out, which does look coordinated. I don't know if that could ever be proven. Like, why would you even get offended by what he said? Something else Nick said to me, because, you know, I got people on both sides of the culture war follow me, right? The righties never say anything. They just kind of cringe and get mad at you and don't invite you on your show. The lefties are always Karens. They're the ones that are always challenging you. They're always getting in there. So Nick wrote back, and Rod didn't want none. How about that? How about if Rod actually went to somebody other than what Hassan, he'd get absolutely annihilated. And you know what, Rod, you would look as stupid as you used to on DJ Wheat Show. Did you know Rod was Baba Booey? Did you know that?
He was like the dumb one, right?
He was the dumb one. Now I thought he was leaning in the act. He has proved without a doubt all those goofs that we did on him. I guess that show was a lot less Andy Kaufman than I ever thought. Rod's a dope. He is a stone moron. And if he had been on the other side of the culture war that he's on, he would have actually got fucking laid out for telling Jessix that he could get her a job. But that tribe looks out for each other, no matter what they do, including the kind of stuff that Dr. DisRespect was. Nick Burks threw on the bus. And I saw some of the replies in there by the other side of the culture war. That wasn't enough. You would have thought that they caught Ben Shapiro or a priest or somebody that has a real impact on the way the culture war works. Dr. DisRespect isn't one of them. Right-wing politics in general. They didn't get any of them. They got nothing. I mean, I think I said something like that in Chat Logic, like, because at one time I thought it was I didn't think anybody was gonna say shit, right? But I was wrong about that. And but like, I did propose to Chud. I'm like, you know, if it comes out, what is this, 1, 2, 3 days? I'm not doing a stream on this tomorrow unless something breaks. Has it not been exhausted? Am I wrong, Matt?
No, it's been pretty exhausting.
He admitted it. He's a creeper.
Over.
It's done.
It's done.
What mileage did you think you people would get out of it? The only thing you did is make yourself look like a bunch of fascists, demanding people go along, like demanding that I accept the allegation as the evidence. Demanding. Now, I made an optics tweet on what I thought would happen. And I said, it does. We don't, first of all, and I'm sure he's trying to undermine it's the wrong word, minimize it by saying inappropriate. Inappropriate can mean a lot of things. Inappropriate.
He did the exact opposite.
Yeah,
he maximized it by minimizing.
He tried to minimize it, right?
He probably made it way worse than it actually is.
He probably did. So, yeah, obviously there was he was making moves himself. So he tries to minimize it by using the word inappropriate. Now, inappropriate can mean a lot of things, right? Inappropriate can mean it's not really appropriate to tell dick and fart jokes to high schoolers, all right? I think if that was what happened, okay, buddy, his audience would forget.
Yeah.
Right? I think if he made sexual innuendo that wasn't leading to, like, come back to my hotel, that, like, it would have been fine. I think he would have been fine. His audience, he would have lost he would have lost all these sponsorships. He would have been capped, and they'd go watch him, right? Yeah. If there's flirting or any kind of, like, obviously sexting in there, that's it. So do you know
if there's any understanding of the age,
Yeah.
like if the conversation continues when he knows the age, it's over.
But that even offended people. That particular tweet. It's all. Let me show you the tweet, because the guy that called me out for that tweet is a guy who said balls to bones. After I said to him, like, look, I want to like you, but you're saying the girls and cuties
Do you have
look
a
attractive?
clip of that?
Yeah, that just blew my fucking mind.
Yeah,
dude.
and we probably should find that clip. I'm actually going to clip that and put it.
You know, that's one fucking shark I didn't think to see come swimming into your ocean. Like, Jesus.
Is that really Clown? Thank you, Clown. I almost hit 50. I don't think I'm there yet. Yeah. So the guy who said on my show, I said, you know, I want to like you and everything, and because I honestly thought there was like some sort of nuance to what his argument with cuties. Right, but I wasn't jumping on the bread tube train. Remember when he was a darling of the day, or the month?
Yeah. Everybody wanted to talk to him because he was weird.
We never said he called in. We didn't answer him. He called him in. I said, but did you really say that the kids and cuties were attractive? Isn't that going a little too far? Isn't that language you don't want to use? Well, I said it because they are. That's what he said. This is a guy that called me out.
I gotta be. I'm so confused because two guys I would expect to defend Dr. Disrespect right now would be Vito and Mr. Girl.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't.
Doesn't that tell you something? Because that's who got me suspicious in the first place. It's starting.
I think
to
I
get
can tell
weird.
you. I think I can tell you why Vito is so adamant against Dr. Disrespect. It has to do with Yellow Flash and all those guys that he hates. That calling him a pedo.
So his solution was to do the same thing.
Yeah, I guarantee you
I
guarantee you if he liked Dr. Disrespect, he would be defending him right now.
Yeah.
For like 100%.
Oh, God.
He'd be like 17.
No,
17's closer to 18. What are you talking? Like, it's not that big of a deal. That's
we
what
had a
he'd be
guy.
doing right now.
We had a guy, Rod. We had Rod go to Jessix, fucking tell her that he'd get her a job, even though he didn't have the power to do it. Right.
Yeah.
With an Overwatch team. Because they both all had a mutual hate of Keemstar. The team calls her and tells her, look, Rod wasn't telling the truth. He couldn't get you a job. The rest of the conversation is don't trust Keemstar. In other words, don't talk to Keemstar, right? And then they run a block for him by putting Jake Lucky on and saying this is a ridiculous allegation that Rod tried to strong-arm Jessix because he didn't have the power to begin with. Like, that mattered.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to get in Brittany Benny's fans through her, and he was doing the what do you call it, it wasn't like exactly a casting couch, but it was what do they call it? It was accusing Trump of it last year, tit for tat,
quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo. It was definitely quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Yep.
And his whole everybody on that side of the culture war stuck up for Rod. Look at the difference with Dr. Disrespect. Goodbye. Now, the level of crime is a lot different. We had an Overwatch team, the esports media, the whole nine. The whole fucking nine went to bat. So I make that tweet. I said, let me read the tweet just to make sure if you guys don't have a problem. Look, Dr. Disrespect, he was way out of line here. It was my kid. I'd be livid unless there's very graphic tests or the minor. It was very young. I think the internet would forgive him. Now, that's my optical observation. Yes, and I still believe that. I think if she was 17 in fucking an hour or 18 in an hour, I don't think anybody would give too much of a fuck, right? Unless
an hour from 2000 in 2017.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think anybody would give too much of a fuck. I think some people would give a fuck because they just don't like people with the, like, there are those people that they don't want people with their 30. I mean, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want some 30-year-old guy like mess with my 18-year-old. You know, I wouldn't care if a 30-year-old guy messed with my 20 or 21-year-old, but 18 just out of the house, you know. Unless very graphic tests, the minor's very young, I would think the internet would forgive him. But it should be otherwise. But it should be over otherwise. I think it's a fair tweet. I'm a fucking critic.
Here comes Mr. Girl, straw man.
Straw man, he tried to pedo jacket me.
Yeah.
The
pedo tries to pedo jacket
like, this guy told me he's attracted to the girls and cuties who are prepubescent girls. That's what he said, balls to bones to me. And this is the guy that's calling me out. So he was attracted to minors, admitted it on this show, The actresses were all minors. They were prepubescent minors, and he's going to lecture me. So some semi-graphic texting with a minor is okay, as long as it doesn't cross the threshold into very. Well, thanks for splitting hairs with my words. Something tells me if I just got rid of very, I'd still be getting the same fucking amount of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
What crawled up his ass? Like, where did he go?
I think he's probably trying to position himself to the other side of the culture war. This is his way up. He's just a YouTuber. He always was. He said those fucking things about cuties to get clout. He finds oddball ways to do it.
I literally watched him on No Jumper, like, interrogate this black dude and be like, so you're telling me that if you were the last man on earth and the only girl was a 16-year-old, you wouldn't be having sex with her? Like, he was literally doing, like,
and
he's
this
doing
guy's lecturing me.
Yeah.
This guy's lecturing me. And look, I remember, I don't forget about this guy backstabbed Destiny. I almost think it was funny because I don't know why Destiny would hang out with a guy like this. Put him on the show, talk to him, that's one thing, but like, be friends. And of course, somebody like this tried to say that Destiny was abused. That's his whole thing. And I wrote back. I said, "You're putting words in my mouth and trying to split hairs with them." Of course, if there's any graphic text, it's over. I probably put very in there out of habit, but that's splitting hairs. I'm talking about the optical. The internet may forgive him. That doesn't mean I will or plan, because I had to say that because he's attacking my character, or they should. And it's just unbelievable. Unfucking believable. The guy who came on my show and said they found cuties attractive, spare the phony outrage. What's wrong? Spelled that wrong. Yeah, spare me. Spare me the phony outrage. You are much closer to a pedophile than I ever could be. And I made no defense of Dr. Disrespect. I said, people follow me to find out what I think is going to happen. I put it out there. That's it. Now we got to listen. Yeah.
It's basically, I think the Bears are going to win by 4 touchdowns.
That's basically it.
That's all it is.
They lost. They lost. They lost. But, I guess I was probably on the list. I was probably on the fucking list. And, it does go, I'll be able to do Xander all tweets first. I think I might even have an agreement with him on this one. This guy's claiming, this is Xander Hall, we shouldn't take the Dr. Disrespect allegation seriously because the evidence is sparse. Mr. Beast, totally normal trans buddy Chris, is now putting his son in high heels so he can so he can too play out his fetish. Xander Hall's exactly right there, 100%. Because, and this is Vito, Rod, you are the antithesis of the cornering. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's 100% true. He is the culture warrior, only probably a little more honest because I bet he'd be willing to admit it. Guys on your side of the culture, your culture warriors have all the gear, all the tactical gear, but they pretend, I'm not a culture warrior. That's the difference. One guy pretends they aren't and they do it, and one side pretends they are and they're doing it. You're both partisans. And he's right here. Cornering's an idiot. Do you see what else he did? Firm handshake to Dr. Disrespect? What the fuck was that?
I didn't read this. I'm just replying.
The reason I'm showing you this is the madness is absolutely on both sides. But I find it much more infuriating that when people ask for evidence, like, let's see, Nick Mark, he puts this thing. Since Nick Marks has me blocked, here's a video he posted in regards to disrespect. He defends him, which he doesn't, and demands for more evidence. I'm sorry, I don't trust Twitch. If Twitch is banning one of the most popular streaming in the plaza out of nowhere, it isn't a good enough evidence for you. Are you kidding me? They fucking banned the guy that they banned once before, brought him back, and told him that he could do some fucking gambling thing, and then got rid of him a week later, and they took him to court and they won. Twitch is not Twitch is an authority on doing the right thing. And there was also the question If this is criminal, why wasn't this out in the public?
They banned Gideon for like a year.
Yeah.
For nothing.
For nothing. For nothing, because they went after his queen. You cannot be a right-wing personality on Twitch. Or even anything even akin to that, or close. Or be a left-wing personality and piss and moan about fucking COVID. Hey, Casey, you're a moron. A stone moron. Are you literally saying the allegations of the evidence? Oh, yes, you are. And this is what I'm saying. They're a bunch of fucking fascists, or at least they behave that way. Let's see what he said.
Yo, checking in. Look, I opened Twitter. Bunch of my mentions are he, they, she, hey, they, fucking, I identify as a helicopter.
Oh, wow. That's even crappier. You didn't actually put the video about Dr. Disrespect. You put a trans video before. So this has nothing to so the video has nothing to do with Dr. Disrespect. And he really didn't defend him. I've seen the original video. He didn't defend him at all. He said, "You guys, because that's no good." He did say he was having a hard time with it. Well, if I found out Matt was doing something like that, I'd be fucking beside myself. I would. I'd feel destroyed. It's mind-boggling that people are confident Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile without a single screenshot or evidence. That's not a ridiculous take. Why are you so invested in people going along with what you think? Why? That is reasonable. What's unreasonable, what is truly fascist, is saying, why aren't you following along like Casey Atron is? Because Twitch said so. Twitch will get rid of somebody because they don't have the same politics. You have to be a communist. There is no right-wing personalities on Twitch that would last. They would hit them with a million fucking things. They get them off immediately. So it's really easy to believe, this guy talked about COVID, that they would be that biased. It's really easy to believe that Rod would be that biased. It's really easy to come along with that. If you ask a guy, did you sex him on her, and the answer is anything other than no, then yeah, I'm pretty confident it's weird. And that's unbelievably bad faith, because at that point, nobody asked him. Nobody asked him. He said he didn't do it. He was still under NDA at the time, so it's just bad faith crap from Vito. He went to his lawyers, then he talked about it. People didn't accept it. Goodbye. Ultimately, at the end of the day, your people, the people that follow you, decide whether you're legitimate or not. And I got news for you. You guys trying to pedo jacket everybody else and flip out because your authoritative sources like Twitch and Rod Brislow Slasher aren't being believed. First of all, most of that's your own fault because you're all partisans. You're all cultural warriors. And the other thing is, there's other things that have been going on in the last 6 years in the media that would give people a lack of trust. We also have the IMIA situation. We have the Saptai situation. Nick's been through it all as far as false allegations or things being twisted into something that they're not. So it's responsible. This guy is demanding you be irresponsible. Why? Why do you want it that way, Vito? Why? I remember talking to you on a phone in Spain after the Mama Max called you a pedophile, and you were melting down, talking about calling your uncle and getting a lawyer. And Nick is doing due diligence and you're trying to shame him? You're practically in a meltdown when I talk to you. I've stuck up for you on this stuff. I've stuck up for nuanced takes on cuties. You hung around with a guy that said he was attracted to the girls.
I remember last year he tried to back away
Ben
from
Shapiro had a nuanced take on cuties. I agreed with his. I didn't have to make a fucking jackass of myself the last goddamn 3-4 years since that movie came out. And just every time something pedo comes up, I stick myself in the middle of it. And now you're trying to pedo jacket everybody else? What is it, because of revenge? Or are you stupid? Vito, I got news for you. You're a talented comedian. You're really funny. There's no doubt about it. I actually like you. You're a good guy offline. You're somebody I actually could talk to if I felt like talking to people. But here's the thing. You're not a political mind. You are not sophisticated. You do not have a lot of wisdom. You see yourself as some kind of left-leaning genius, and you're not. You're not equipped. That's not stuff for guys like you and me. And you just make a jackass of yourself. And you know what? So much so that everybody knows you just Vito the pedo. Right? Coming from me, it's just from love, and we're just busting balls. But you know, it's a good part of the fucking internet. I mean, people even use my relationship with you to fucking paint me as one. You put yourself in that position because you don't know what you're doing. You think you're smarter than everybody. You're not. You're just a YouTuber. You're just a comic. You're just a guy that lives in LA. Can you be happy with that? I mean, you told me that you're making all sorts of money and you're doing good. Can you be happy with that? You have to be seen as some kind of intellectual on top of it? Why? I don't consider myself that way. Why is it so important to you? Is it that empty? I don't know, get married, have kids. You don't give a fuck about how you're seen politically or how wise and knowledgeable you are or how lefty you are, how smart you are. Nobody gives a shit once you actually have something to do. I don't care. I'm not a culture warrior. I'll talk about the shit. I mean, nobody could say that who swung more on fucking quartering than me.
Okay, buddy.
But if you're going to go after quartering, I don't even go after him on his politics. I go after him on the stupid fucking stuff he does, the drunk streaming. That's your lane, man. That's your lane. Point out his hypocrisy. Sure, that's your lane. Being a smart guy, being a YouTube intellectual, somebody that's well-versed in politics. First of all, you're not really well-versed in politics. You're well-versed with left-wing talking points. There's a big difference. God, that shit's so boring, too. God, culture war. You just tell everybody just tell everybody you're partisan. Tell everybody you're left-wing partisan. I've considered myself a partisan before. I was definitely a right-winger. I changed to libertarianism, and I realized you don't really need those labels. But you know what happens is when you get on a fucking team, then you have to go along with what the team's doing. Other side, you get kicked off the team. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Why are you holding this strict standard now when you were arguing for fucking nuance on the Cuties video? You're a hypocrite. Or are you just so filled with revenge? Because you were treated unfairly. Really unfairly.
It's just a mob mentality, to be honest.
That's all it looks like. And whether you believe me or not, whether you think I'm an asshole or not, Vito, here's the thing. Most people think that. You just pick the team. Because here's the thing, something I noticed in the Army, right? With this left and right stuff. Most people in the Army, they're not what you think they are. They're not bleeding fucking patriots, constantly pounding their chest about America, America, America. It's not like that in there. There's a few guys like that, and everybody else just wants to get to the fucking day and get paid. That's it. That's the truth. Sorry, right-wingers. Most of the guys I know just want to have a good time, get some pussy, and go party. Sorry, right-wingers. Work hard, train hard. Don't pick a team. Be yourself. What the comment cop got? The entirety of Dr. DisRespect entirely relies. Are you trying to discredit people that do their due diligence? Is that the idea here? Am I onto something? The entire allegation, Dr. Who relies on the word of former Twitch woman who was quote trying to sell information. That's reasonable. That being said, at least I'm the least sued ever been. Guys, lawyers work weekends. I don't think they had a few things they just needed to get before they circled back to this. I'm also a little irked that Jake, who is very clearly trying to split the difference with what he thinks half his potential audience is. So he's mad at Jake for being careful? Jake is usually you know what? If you leaned on him a little, Cody, he'd probably fucking come along because Jake is as dumb as a brick. Jake is the dumbest social media influencer that I've ever come across. He is bone stupid and easily manipulated. Half the potential audience, but I also deserve to feel bad the things that he's flagged. I do. I also think that Jake is racing to verify the screenshot. Why are you concerned that he's trying to verify things? That's what you're supposed to do. Why do you want him not to do that? Why does that side? That's spooky. I'm sorry. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. And you know damn well that if there's somebody on their team, they'd be screaming due diligence. And they'd be right.
That's the world we live in.
You're just a partisan. You're just a culture warrior. Why are you trying to verify this stuff? Why are we trying to, Nick is, maybe that's why Nick is known for crossing every T and like overdoing the optics thing. Another guy, Chud, overdoes it. We're trying to discredit them? You don't want people doing that? Is this really an effort to make the allegation the evidence? If it is, you're a fascist. You're a legit fascist. There's no way around because that's how they roll. Jake Lucky did his due diligence. Good for him. But this is what Jake Lucky has to put up with. This is probably why he hasn't done it always in the past. Because he's afraid of Cody Connors. He's afraid of Rod. He's afraid. And none of them like him. They don't think he's a moron, and he is. You ever see him talk? Do you ever see him saying, "Oh, Jessix, Rob didn't have a job at Overwatch. He couldn't have got you. Therefore, your story has been debunked." Have you ever seen that guy? He's a big musclehead. A moron. And he does the right thing. And he's mad at, because Jake's got an audience. Truly funny.
Oh, well, in that previous tweet, Vito replied to it. So,
what did he say?
He just went on.
The entire allegation against Dr. Zuhu relies on the word of former Twitch employee. No, it doesn't. Other people have made the same exact play. They're not fucking credible because they're partisans. Cody is irrelevant. So a mass group of faceless fucking people that are known to be on one side of the culture war all said the same thing at the same time. And then the right response. Who? Vito, if you actually, and I don't believe you believe this, you're an idiot. And I don't believe you believe this because you'd want people to do their due diligence if they were trying to figure out if you were a pedo or not. You want them to, you wouldn't want somebody to, let me ask you something. You would want me to call you a pedophile if Yellow Flash and Nick Merckx and the Quartering all said so at the same time and all their fucking employees said so too. You'd want me to take that seriously? You'd want me to put that out there and say, I thought there's something to it, or there could be something to it? I mean, why would Jeremy lie? You would really want that? I wouldn't want that. And here's the thing, here's the difference between me and you, Vito. I wouldn't do it to get even. And that's probably what you're doing. I'm not quite sure what you're up to. I think you think you're on the team. You're probably not. You're totally expendable. Fat white guys are completely expendable. But I don't understand. Like, people are doing the fucking right thing. And you're angry with them. Hey, they said it. What are you guys doing? Why are you looking more and more into it? And all that does is make people want to look into it more. They makes them want to see the logs. It makes them want to see what the actual interaction was. I had a guy write me today, if you want to see the actual interaction, I'm paraphrasing, you must be a pedo yourself. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I saw that. You should be investigated by the FBI.
Yeah.
What? You know, it's FCP. I mean, really graphic stuff can be blocked, and we can use our imagination. I guess you go to, if I listen, little girl, I want to lick your black. We could do that. Are we adults here? Can we handle that? I mean, somebody's got to look at it before they put the lock up and throw away the key. Oh my God. If Vito gets fucking done like this, I am going through it. I'm not gonna fucking. I'm gonna remind him, because a bunch of people get together fucking tomorrow and accuse you of something that's unverifiable. It is fucking morally wrong. You gotta wait. Why are you angry that people want to do the right thing and you're not the only one? That makes you look like a creep of a different order. It makes you look like a fascist. That was the one.
I know. I saw one tweet that really got on my phone.
What's this one here? I got to switch. Anissa Joma. I got Anissa Joma. Now, we could always pass this person up to being a moron and we wouldn't be wrong. It's insane. This is 22nd. It's insane that I see creator attempting to defend Dr. PDF with we can't believe accusations. What, do we believe all accusations then? I mean, what do you mean? And he said, Line, there's a comment right below. You know, I could understand if there were people out there that were still defending him in big numbers that were like, well, let me see what Dr. DisRespect, and Dr. DisRespect admits it. And then, well, let me see the logs, and the logs are out there, right? Well, let me see even more. And then no matter what you put out, it's not
How do you
enough.
know she's not lying?
Yeah.
You know,
How do you know she's
right?
not lying? How do you then that we're not there yet. I got news for you. We're not there yet. Twitch isn't a reasonable source. You know, you really got to wonder about Slasher. All right, he was told clearly. Can we all agree? He was told. He knew what it was.
Yeah.
He knew what the allegations was. He's an independent reporter, right? Guess who stopped him more than likely? I don't need a screenshot for this. Maybe you can agree with me. Who told him to stop? Twitch. Twitch. Was he under any journalistic obligation after he was already told to keep that quiet? Probably not. But when you're an esports reporter and you have a connection with Twitch, you can't burn it.
Yep.
So he's not really a journalist. And maybe they don't want it out there because Rod would have kept something quiet that he didn't journalistically, ethically have to. That's really bad. Maybe something really bad. Maybe Dr. DisRespect, maybe she was 12. And Rod kept it quiet because Switch told him to. Maybe. I don't know. Why'd you keep it quiet, Rod? Afraid to lose your source? Would your career be over? This is not, hey, look, I haven't mentioned the girl fucking once. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck. And neither does Vito, and neither does Anissa, neither does anybody. It's just a matter of fucking putting that guy out of business. And you know what? Fine. Fuck him. He did the crime, do the time. But you guys don't give a rat's monkey's fucking ass about that girl. Not a fucking, you don't care about her at all. I don't either. But at least I have the balls to admit it. I don't have to, I don't feel like I should be forced into grandstanding. You got him. Fuck him. I mean, like, if this happened to Ben Shapiro, there would be a lot of people on the right, the political right. There'd be like, they'd be doing the mental gymnastics as well, right?
Yeah,
and they would definitely be doing this if this happened. 100%. They'd be no different, probably worse because it's deeply in it's the Washington politics type stuff. But I mean, you guys are doing the same fucking thing, you know.
Okay, buddy.
There's a comment right below. You know what you're doing. Some of you all need a wake-up call. Well, she's pedo jaking everybody ahead of time. She doesn't care. We can't believe the accusations like that. Yeah, like that's first of all, nobody said that. So she strawmanned. I don't know whoever she's talking to. Speaking in generalities. See if Vito liked the tweet. Which one is this one that's got me blocked? Oh. Mr. Guerra P. I see a 17-year-old consenting to sexual conversation. He could have inseminated her, and it wouldn't have been illegal. Unfortunately, he just sexted her. Keep it going, Dr. DisRespect.
If she would have been retarded. He would have had not to worry about it, and then he could have just dropped her out in the forest.
I personally don't agree with what Dr. Disrespect, but I do know how enticing the retarded girl can be. Now I will go make steak. That's too funny. I think I made my point. You're not trusted because you don't have... Rod, you personally can't be trusted because of what happened with Jessex. And you're very lucky that story's not bigger. People don't trust Bloomberg. I mean, Jesus, fucking Bloomberg himself. People don't trust your industry. They have no respect for esports journalists. And they have no respect for people that are closeted partisans, culture warriors. That's another word for culture warrior. You're a culture warrior. You chose a side. Jeremy chose a side. Yellow Flesh chose a side. Heel versus Babyface chose a side. And that's not wrong. That's not wrong. I'm a liberal. I believe in this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But if you say that, then you can't do stuff like this. And be but yeah, you want the upper hand in all fucking cases and no principles. None. I'm sorry this didn't go the way you thought. I'm sorry you didn't get Nick Merckx and Tim the Tap Man. But it was because it's just like when those guys at Twitch told you that we got him. It's over. FBI, open up. They didn't know what they were doing. They're a bunch of fucking children. And you don't know what you're doing either. You don't know what you're doing. You're not important. You're just a guy hustling to get money to pay that rent in Manhattan. That's it. That's it. You're just a guy that used to play a lot of Quake and good on you, somehow turn that into a huge career. You're just a guy really trying to hang on. So, yeah, Rod was kind of in a bad spot. When you're worried about what Nick DiOrio thinks of Bloomberg, give me a break. Do you think you have bigger fish to fry? No, you do gaming. And you're like most of these sports reporters, too. They just do sports. It's not enough of them. Man, nobody respects me. I'm a sports reporter. Nobody expects me. I'm an esports guy. I'll speak in platitudes. I'm on left-wing issues. Everybody sees through that. The only people who don't see through that are you, because all your friends, everybody you surround yourself with is like that. If you remember Ben Affleck when he made a jackass himself and the last time he did a political show on Bill Maher about 12 years ago? Do you remember that, Matt? When Batman went over to Steve Harris. Now. Steve Harris was like a fucking doctor, a physicist, and everything else, right? They started arguing over Islam. And, he starts, the typical easy go-to, you're a racist because you don't agree with me. Harris takes him apart. It gets to the point where Affleck rubs his head and starts doing this shit. He just completely got obliterated. Didn't help that Maher was like, Ben, listen to what he's saying. You can't just call this guy a bigot. You got to do a little better than that. Interesting, Harris became Ben Affleck in the next 10 years. But that's another story for another time. Now, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? All right.
Yeah.
Right. And Opie and Anthony hit that on the motherfucking head. And this is what you guys are, because you all fucking suck each other's dick. It's a big fucking hug box. All right. This is why you are the way you are. This is why you fucked up the story. This is why that Nick DiOrio doesn't believe you. This is why that this Dr. Disrespecting didn't have the sting that you thought it would. All right. Because when Ben Affleck goes to work, he's got a bunch of people working for him. And this is Opie. I'm going to take this from Opie and Anthony, not me. He sits around. And when he needs to feel strong and important because he's really just an actor, just an entertainer, and that's really not that important in the grand scheme of things. You're a clown, dance for me, clown, right? He makes all these political points, and he's got people around him that depend on him, and they go, Ben, I never thought of it that way before. Wow, that's a really interesting way. I was on the other side of this issue until I talked to you, Ben. Ben hears enough of that, and he thinks he can argue with a doctor and his physicist and somebody that has actually done his studying. Same thing with you guys. You think people still respect journalists like they may have at one time. I got news for you. I'm probably 10 years older than you, Slasher. That's been gone for a long time. Media can be worked, fixed, twisted. It was twisted in your Jessex case. I was the only one that reported it legitimate.
Do you have a clip of that?
Futuristic attorney. As a 19-year-old attorney, I can tell you guys, you don't know what you're talking about.
That's a joke from the chat.
Yeah. Thank you, future district attorney. That's why nobody takes you seriously. You're taken seriously in your own little Twitch esports. I don't even think in esports because those guys seem all right, but your bubble doesn't work. You can't force square pegs into a round hole. Rod, you're not what you think you are. Your self-image is way, way, way bigger when it comes to importance than it actually is. And they probably think you're a liar too. You're definitely not. You haven't really truly passed the purity test, the lefty purity test, because we know about the Jessica thing. We know you tried to strong arm her. Jessica was on the show yesterday, and she said she was afraid to piss you off. Was it not last show? The show before that?
I think so.
Yeah, she said she was afraid to piss you off. Yeah, I know. Oh, she's a right-wing Christian. It's okay. You could have. Should we read all those those hate fuck things about Brittany Ventney? Why would you get mad at Brittany Ventney? Who cares if she's a right-wing kook? Who cares? I don't care. You care. And it's just like Nick said to me. The right-wing kooks will never fucking make a scene. The left-wing kooks always make a scene. They always make themselves known. There's such fucking Karens. You're not that important. You're not what you think you are. You just need sports journalists. Thank your lucky stars you could have that dumb a job. I do. Let's take some calls. Thank your lucky stars. All right. What do we got? We got anything there? Yes, we do.
Yeah, you got 3 people.
Yeah.
That Stinky Brew guy's been in waiting
Pretty
for
dang.
like
I bet he's not
10
working.
hours.
Yeah.
Stinky Brew, you there?
They've been in there the whole day.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put him out there. Doc Holliday, because I love Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday, go.
Hey, how you doing, Tommy?
What do you got?
Hey, I'm just kind of struggling with this whole situation.
Sure.
Like, obviously, with talking to a minor, it's very easy to just jump on top of that and be like, man, fuck this guy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But how would you even broach this conversation? You say you need to look at the logs, you need context involved, because it comes off as incredibly hard to defend the point where you're like, yeah.
I don't think you can. I don't think you really can defend it. I mean, you can. I think you can say it because I'm not gonna. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody said something to me, and I think this is because this is what makes it defensible. And I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't shame this guy. This guy wrote me. He goes, part of me still wants to defend / want questions. Cancel him from and want questions from Dr. DisRespect. I don't know. So much question like this, like when did he find out she was a minor, or when was someone else aware that she was? When was he aware that she wasn't? Stuff like that. He wants to know that before he fucking completely contends them. All right. My answer to this is, look, he probably would have said, I didn't know how old she was. He didn't do that in his final statement. All right. So it's probably pretty bad.
So it's either pretty bad or he's really retarded.
He's pretty bad or he's like super retarded. I know he did change the fucking thing 6 times, right?
In both cases, he should not have a public platform.
Somebody like you and somebody like this guy, I don't think this makes this guy a bad person. To want more. To want to know. Because like I said before, and I'll go on record, if she was 17... and depending on what it was, if it was sexual innuendo, dick jokes, super inappropriate stuff to be talking with a high school student with,
Okay, buddy.
I think he's an idiot, and more than likely the internet will let him go. I would be uncomfortable putting that guy near my fucking 16-year-old daughter. I'll be perfectly honest with you. That's pretty fucking. I don't know how to condemn somebody more than that. If I don't trust you, like walking by my kids, that's kind of a condemnation. Not a condemnation. It's I'm disavowing him.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So, I guess what you're saying, if you could.
I personally don't want to defend him.
I'm not.
It's
make fun of him.
Like, would the logs even change anything? I think there's some of the facts that have been admitted.
I think the logs would probably make it worse.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that guy Cody knows exactly what's in them. The only thing that would be interesting is if he actually invited her over to the house or not, because that's. Yeah. And I said that even before I knew. That's unless he did the birthday pyro thing where he said, "Hey, everybody meet me in front of the hotel." All right, I couldn't. and maybe he didn't know who she was, but he knew she was a minor. He would have specified otherwise. He's changed it 3-4 times, and he hasn't changed it to that. It's pretty clear that he knew he was doing something that was really wrong, could end his career, and it probably did.
His best bet is just take the money and run. Just get off the internet.
That might be the right thing.
He's sitting on a shitload of money right now.
Probably.
He's just if he wants to just go to South America like he was saying.
Maybe that's the move.
But
change your haircut. Say you're the next wrestler. Call it a day.
Last thing, you said something about Army Joes.
Yeah.
The guys in my platoon, they don't give a fuck. Like it's not who shit. They're like, hey, I'm here for a paycheck. I'm here because I was.
No, I wouldn't say I'm here for a paycheck. They worry about getting paid. Let me rephrase that. I mean, and I'm not saying nobody shows pride, but I don't see anybody saluting the flag absolutely like in their own bedroom or crossing themselves when they saw a picture of Barack Obama. That's what I'm saying. It's not 24/7. There are patriots in the Army. I considered myself one at the time. But it's not what people think. Or it's not with that side of the culture war things. It's not all straight and narrow and like almost America worship. It's not like that. It's probably because they worship their own politics and their own political leaders. So they think anybody that would be willing to get killed for the United States probably feels much like they do. If I had to guess, it's a case of projection. But I know what you mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love my guys. As their medic, they're. I'd
die
for any one of them.
People love their guys more than they love their country. That I can 100% say for. They love the people they serve with way more than I mean. I got that from Vega as well, by the way, Doc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Tommy, I appreciate you having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Take care. One of the best things, you ever see Black Hawk Down? They even say it's about the man next to you. I mean, you know what what's his name? Michael Franzese says what he misses most about the mafia, and he said nothing, and then he said, "No, hold up a second. There is something I meant. The camaraderie. It's addictive. It's probably the most addictive drug is for men anyway in the world. Camaraderie. That's why people join gangs. That's why they go to become bikers. That's why they do all that shit. Camaraderie is addictive, and it's also really dangerous, especially if the person at the top of that hierarchy is a psychopath. Camaraderie is addictive. Let's take Mormon guy. He was there. Mormon guy.
Oh, sorry. Hey, how's it going?
What do you got for me?
Okay, so I'm kind of confused on the who all knew at Twitch at what point.
Nobody knows, and we'll probably never know.
But you knew because you heard third hand from somebody. Mm-hmm. Destiny knew. Mm-hmm. This Cody guy knew.
No, let's say I knew. I knew somebody knew. I didn't know the contents.
Correct. So, but
I gotta be honest with
you, right?
If I thought a kid was in danger, I probably would have broke the source.
So that's where I'm confused on this, because if Destiny knew, wouldn't any of these other top content creators got the same leaks?
They would have got a third or fourth hand, just like I did.
It seems like Destiny got it straight hand. I don't know.
It feels like it. He started laughing before the guy said it.
That's
kind
where,
of forced, huh?
Well, so then Pokimane, Amaranth, any of those people did not have it?
I don't know.
The people that do sexual favors for employees to get unbanned or all this stuff, none of them had it?
I don't know. You're just giving me reasons never to trust Twitch. That's right, Casey Tron. I don't trust Twitch. I don't trust them to do the right thing or even make sense. You're just giving me reasons. No, I don't know. If I had to guess, most of them had a third hand, like I did, third or fourth hand, and you can't come out with something that's third or fourth hand because you can't back up your statement.
Correct. So I guess then, even with the question for Rod, then, right? So if he had a direct source,
he probably.
Why did he not think it was important enough?
That's a good question. I'd like to know that too. I'd love to ask Rod that. Why didn't you break it? Why didn't you break it? Because it was in Twitch's best legal interest? Wait a minute. That's not your job to support Twitch's best legal interest. No, the answer is he would fuck up his source permanently, and he probably doesn't have that many.
That's true.
He probably doesn't have any money that are worthwhile. That's a big one. That's Amazon.
So I guess just my final thing.
And he could,
not
the
only
other guy says, Diggy Haynes said, he could have got sued too. You got to be able to back this shit up. But if I had to guess, he knew. Maybe he was even sent something, was told, please don't do anything with him. They begged him out of it.
I mean, a lot of journalist companies can say like they have an anonymous verified source.
Sure.
You would have been able to say that in the article.
And I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. He wants Nick DiOrio to take Bloomberg's 3 anonymous sources as if it was gospel. And doing anything else than doing that is heresy.
Right.
Think
so that's
about
why. That's why. Okay. So Tommy, this is the thing that no one's been asking for. I want the arbitration documents and all the court documents between Twitch and Dr. Disrespect about this matter too.
That's what you want. That's what you want. I ain't gonna get it, but sure, you want it all you like.
Because that would then put in context everything for the logs.
Sure.
Otherwise,
you want to see the
wouldn't have
context
any-
of laws. I don't think it's a ridiculous thing to want.
So,
but here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, right? I think that's fair. Let it all out. Drop it all. I'm in total agreement. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see it all. Let's get a chat into that. Chat into this. All right. Here's the thing. The logs probably don't help Dr. Disrespect. Right?
No, 100%. But then why would Twitch say, okay, but based on the logs, we're still going to pay out? That's the weird.
They're going to
part.
pay out for 2 reasons. They acquired it illegally, or they weren't that bad. Or they were bad enough to get him canceled on the internet and bad enough to want to get him out, but not bad enough to protect them for long-term litigation. So it's either they acquired them illegally, or just because if they fired him for that reason, they were still open to. And here's another thing: when you get sued, if you win, you don't always win. So this way, pay them out, because paying them out is cheaper than going to court and winning. So that's probably why they pay them. Pay them out, get out of here. And if you want an NDA, sure, because it's just money at the end of the day. There you go. You figure it out?
So yeah, that's it. I was just saying, I want all of it. I don't really care about Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you care more about Twitch. Me too. I want to know what they're doing. What are they covering up?
Yeah, I want to know what they.
Me too. We know what Dr. Disrespect did. We don't know what Twitch did. We don't know what Rod was told. And what is Rod going to do when he gets asked that question? What was your conversations with Twitch when you put that tweet out in 2020? I got to protect my sources. That's what he's going to say. They're going to hide behind it. I don't even have a problem with doing sources and stuff like that. If that's what you want to do. But look, when I do it, I'm relying on my relationship with my audience to believe me. I don't feel entitled they believe me. I laugh at them when I turn out and I'm right. And I wasn't exactly right in this one. I was pretty sure that it was a nothing burger or it was an accusation that Twitch couldn't verify. And that's why they went in the NDA. And because the accusation, this is what I thought, the accusation, while not true, is still damaging. An untrue allegation could be like that, but that wasn't the case. So I was wrong. So there you go. I took a big old L. Not as big L as these guys do, because I ain't no reporter. And by the way, I want to say Nick DiOrio's on record that he doesn't, to me, and this is a disagreement we have, he's on record that anonymous sources are trash. That's his feeling. I think that really has to be the credibility that the reporter or the personality has with their audience, right? It's got to be their relationship. They got to trust you. Okay. Rod doesn't have that trust. He doesn't have an audience like mine that trusts me, that knows when I get it right, because they know damn well I'm going to say when I get something wrong. And I don't like Chud's way of doing anything the way he does. Just a disagreement. No speculation.
Okay, buddy.
Speculation sounds too much like conspiracy theories. I think that kind of stifles thinking creatively about the situation. But they're both entitled to that. Nick doesn't believe in anonymous sources. Fine, disagree with him. And Chud doesn't like speculation. I like them both. But I would admit, you're walking a tightrope when you do it. I don't even like this journalism shit, to be honest, for the fucking birds. It doesn't make me feel fucking important. Makes me think that, wait a minute, these reporters are just as stupid as I am. That's fucking saying something. So there you go. See you later.
Sounds good.
Good call, man.
See you, but
Let's call Fletch because it'd be funny. Hey, Fletch.
Hello.
Is it Dr. Apito?
Yeah, man. I was gonna say I called him last time. I was like, "Oh, I'd love to know what's going on." Now we found out, and wow, that's
goodbye, Jack.
Doozy, huh? Yeah. Well, I was just saying. I don't know if you like. I heard a lot of people like you guys are talking about other shit. But I don't know if you saw. Did you see Nate Shots? Like what he said about the situation?
What did he say? What did Nate say?
He was basically just like, people are like, "Oh yeah, this and that, whatever." He's like, "It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that I'm not cool with people talking to minors like that." And I just think that was like the perfect response. It's like,
that's
you know
what
what
he
I
said?
mean? Yeah, it's all he said, but
that's pretty good. I mean, boy,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's good.
I see people on your show, they're going way too far into it. I think people are like quick to jump to thing. I'm like, guys, he fucking admitted to it.
Yeah, no, it's over.
I'm like,
yeah.
like
well,
it's like I don't.
I'm already past the admitting. I'm talking about the esports media and the Twitch and all those other jerk offs.
Oh no,
I'm past that. He's done. He's cooked,
yeah.
You know, cooked.
No, I get that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I say people like, I don't know, on Twitter. I don't know if anyone else talked about it. I just tuned it. I was at fucking work, but fucking how they're like, oh, I don't know, quick to judge. Like I want to hear the story. I'm like, dude, like what's there not to fucking do?
Yeah, there's already.
And then
enough.
he tried to cover it up with
and
I'm like, clearly he doesn't want that there.
There's already enough there, even if we don't know the context. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say with that. I will say this again. I've said it a few times. If I find out if it's like, you know. Somebody said in lolcow yesterday, inappropriate has degrees. Inappropriate can be a dick joke. Inappropriate can be farting. Inappropriate can,
point, bitch.
But and I think that's fair. And you know what? A lot of these people are fans that really love the guy and they're just turned upside down by it. So I give those guys a break. You know, let them be. But one thing I won't do is it's probably pretty fucking serious. At this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because he went back and got rid of it.
I'm not going to shame anybody because these people are so dishonest, Flesh. They're so bloody dishonest. I'm not going to shame people for wanting to see more. I'll get to that point when we have the text messages and they still don't believe it. Okay, and then
I 100% agree.
People. Yeah, then I'll shame those people.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I don't think like as of what he said now, and especially I don't know if you talked about earlier with him going back and deleting the fact that he said minor. Like there's clearly something there he doesn't want people to know about.
He deleted minor. They said in the internet he deleted minor, then he said minor, and then he changed it to minor. So it was
individual or something like that. Individual. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, clearly because you removed that, you thought people were going a direction you didn't want them to go into, but you meant that in the first place. You know what I mean? Like you can't go back and like clearly that was intention that it had something to do with a minor, and that's probably why Twitch got involved.
It's a minor, but a minor could be 17 and fucking 1 hour to 18 too. So
I mean, you know what? With that case, it's kind of But like, dude, at the same time, the guy's like 30 fucking. Like, at the time, would have been like 35, like almost 40. Like it's like, what difference does it really make? It's still kind of, I don't know.
Colossal's crazy. The whispers are as bad as people assume. Twitch is not revealing them is so sick. It depends I don't think the Twitch. I think they're as bad, but they're probably not illegal.
Yeah, I bet you Twitch doesn't want that
makes
legal
sense.
problem.
They're probably not illegal. They probably don't reach that realm. Some lawyer in Twitch said this isn't a crime. Right? So therefore, we can't release it because we open her up to lawsuits. We open ourselves to winning a lawsuit against Dr. DisRespect, winning that lawsuit and still losing money. So we're going to give his money because that's cheaper, and we're going to NDA with him because it benefits both of us. Right?
That's what I'm saying. So the benefit both of part I get.
That's probably what it was. Because if it's any higher than that, they probably could have not NDA'd it and probably had not just a moral obligation, a legal obligation to at least tell the police. So it's probably somewhere in between highly illegal, highly inappropriate, like sexting, and fucking like dick jokes with a 14-year-old or something like that. I mean, it's got to be somewhere around there. So a dick joke with a 14-year-old, probably, as disgusting as that is, probably is not going to get the police interested.
Well, the thing is too, especially now, it's like I don't think they would like. I think there'd be even less emphasis Twitch to do it now because you got to think about it. They're going to be like, people are going to be like, you had this for 3 years, you didn't release this or whatever. Like they're going to take a lot of backlash.
Well, the conspiracy will go on if they really give a shit. This whole thing with shaming people about wanting to see more evidence, right? Only continues the conspiracy theory that Doc is fucking innocent. Okay, if they keep doing that, then that just pushes the conspiracy theory further. But they're probably not going to release it, and everybody probably should get used to that. I don't think they will. I hope they do.
Oh, I wish they could see it too, but I don't think they will.
I hope they do. I like to fucking read it and laugh. You know, if the message is that that should be really fully bonked for not reading the ban, they probably couldn't. The other thing is, we've heard this. It's just a rumor at this point. They were acquired illegally. I don't know how you could acquire something like that illegally. And also, you guys should all know now, nothing you write is private on this fucking on this bitch. Since the NDA was breached, anything and everything could be released. That's what I thought, Vega. But I bet they won't. I bet they're not obligated to. And I bet Dr. DisRespect doesn't want them. Do you ever think of this? That it kills Dr. DisRespect, but it also kills Twitch?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is it really hard to believe that we're dealing with two sets of bad people?
Yeah.
You know? They never gave the reason why they banned him. They probably couldn't. That was probably under the NDA. Because if they gave the reason they banned him, clown, that opens himself up to wrongful termination. And they were trying to avoid that. It was all about money. And that's what that's what happened. Some guy told Slasher that wasn't a lawyer. The lawyer got a hold of him and he said, "You better shut Slasher up. Please, Slasher, don't say anything. Please, don't say anything. Please, Slasher." And Slasher's like, "Okay." Jake Lucky's like, "Okay." Because I really don't have any other sources inside Amazon. That's what happened. Yeah, release this shit.
I think they should.
That's what. And I tell you something. Look for the side of the culture war that we were going over before, shaming people for putting pressure on Twitch. Said, why do you want them released? What's that? What's to do? You want to look at dirty? You want to look at dirty stuff? What are you, a pedophile? Yeah, look for that one. All right, get out of here, Flesh. Bye, you jerk.
Fuck.
Let's see. Primat, go.
Hello.
Yo, you're on the air. What's up?
Yo. Two things, just quickly with the Dr. DisRespect. I think you're right about the Mixer thing.
Yeah.
Was it not Shroud and Ninja that got like $30 million contracts?
Mm.
And I was sure Dr. DisRespect tried to like.
Yeah, he used them. That, by the way, it's perfectly legal. It's perfectly legal to do that.
Yeah, no. I think
he leveraged Mixer. They got pissed off, and they probably acquired his shit illegally.
Yeah,
How about that?
I think
believable. I'm not saying that's what happened. That's a believable scenario. Thank you, Zealous.
I've always thought that he out businessed them, but no, just something stupid. Unrelated. I sent you something in a Discord private message.
Mm-hmm.
It was a newspaper article and a couple of tweets. Do you know what the company Avon is?
Yes.
So the Scottish joke, "Your dad sells Avon."
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
If you ask Optimus, he'll have heard it. It's just a common joke, like anything you could rebut, just, "Oh, your dad sells Avon."
Yeah.
So Aberdeen Football Club in 2017 tweeted on the last day of the January transfer market, I think, that they signed a Turkish football player called Yerdas Elzevon. And then Sky Sports fucking reported that they'd signed him and they had to do a retraction because they used some random Turkish player. And
right.
apparently we're racist.
This is for glory hunters. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
So just a random.
Go join Glory Hunters and watch the games with us, dude. You can't do this here.
Yeah.
Glory Hunters.
We want Glory Hunters. Yeah, it's in the link box. Go watch games with us. Watch all the games. There's lots of Scottish guys in there. You won't feel alone.
Okay. Sorry for that.
Did you see The Saddest Man in Scotland? Are you watching the stream right now? Have you seen The Saddest Man in Scotland?
No.
I'm going to show it to you. You're watching my stream in here in Discord. Are you watching it?
Yeah, I am now.
Good. Oh God, I'm so far out of the fucking I hate this. I'm so far out of the.
You want the first video or the second one? First video, I can get that to you really quickly.
No, I'm gonna get myself. But how do you do this channel? I'm not quick on the draw on this one. Jesus Christ.
I'll probably beat you to it. Not gonna lie.
All right, we'll see. Jeez, okay. I'm gonna try to beat you. This is we really need subs in Glory Hunter. Something bad. We're not even on the fucking thing. My God, I can't believe anybody found my. You got it already. All right.
Yeah.
All right. No, I wanted the other one. Damn it.
You said the first one.
All right.
I'll give you the second one.
No,
then.
it's okay. I'll beat you to that. Definitely beat you to that. Okay. This is the saddest man in Scotland. I want to show him the thumbnail too. See him right there? Saddest man in Scotland. You see that, Primic?
Yes.
This is my work.
Yes.
This is my work. Here he is. Saddest man in Scotland.
Tommy, hit the bagpipes.
Sorry, Scotland, you lost. And you lost too, Primic. We're Primic.
It's not Primic.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. Goodbye. I can't say anything. All right. Armageddon, whatever your name is, go.
Yo, hey, what's up, Tommy?
Tell me.
Not much, man. Dude, Dr. Disrespect, man, he could have said nothing, and this would have just
No, because he was getting tons of pressure as it was. Yeah. Oh, nobody. But yeah, because if he didn't say anything, it would have been a left and right thing. You're right.
Yeah. Dude, this guy has like
right.
the.
No, you're right.
Like he's an actual idiot.
Maybe you're right. I didn't. Yeah, see, he thought he could relieve the tent. He didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just made it worse. And if he would have just like said nothing.
Because if he went out and had an extended vacation and then came back. No, you know why? No, he couldn't have, and I'll tell you why. No, because they were going to go to all the sponsors. The people that were leaking, they were just going to go one sponsor after another. He's probably trying to. No, that's not true. I just thought that they were going to. But when he came back from vacation, he had no sponsors, and he just did it fast forward. Look at it that way. No, they would have got it either way. No,
man, what a way! Yeah, it's so crazy. Just killed his career, man. It's like you said, man.
He was in the zone. Back in 2017, he was in the zone. He kind of did, but a little. This is a little less. He pulled an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger had the world by the balls, and then he banged his fucking ugly housemaid for no fucking reason and knocked her up and hid it from his wife for like 10 years.
That's really disappointing, man.
Because he was in. I'm stealing from Bill Burr here because he was in the zone. He was in the zone. He could do why couldn't he bang the fucking wife? He's fucking Arnie, you know. That's kind of what happened to Dr. D, except he thought he could talk dirty to a kid, and you can't because he was in the zone. I do believe this. I think Dr. Disrespect started to become his character a little bit, banging 25-year-old broads, acting like that. I think it actually, because I've heard about this happening before with people that do these types of characters, they actually become the character. I think that's what happened. And that's what he was at, the Slick Daddy Club. You know, there's a lot of sexual innuendo on there, and he portrayed himself as this super gamer that got lots of chicks that drove Lamborghinis and did all that other stuff. And I think he started to believe his own bullshit. That's my theory.
I mean, that's probably right, man. If you fucking like wear a wig and all that shit for too long, I don't know. Maybe it just cuts off circulation.
I don't know, man. I don't know why you'd want to fucking talk to a 14-year-old girl. Why don't you?
I don't know.
Why don't you cheat on your wife like a normal person with 25-year-old girl? He could have banged.
Not a very good fucking.
That's another thing he didn't know because he's old. Remember, he's in his late 30s in this whole thing, bro. He thought things were like they were when I was a kid. Like you could bang a chick behind your wife and girlfriend's back, and your voice would never talk unless they wanted to get in your girlfriend's pants, right?
Yeah.
That was always the one caveat, right? Nobody would talk. Nobody would ever fucking talk. You're dealing with gamers, bro. They'll talk.
All the time, dude.
They're gonna talk. They're gonna want to shame you. There's money in shaming. There's money in pearl clutching. There's money in going. I mean, somebody said on lolcow yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Maybe it's today. I can't believe Tommy is talking so or supporting or talking lightly about wedding vows. You know. I mean, wait, she was 14. I'll take the case. Technicals. Yeah.
Man, that's an old one.
Yeah,
it's been a while, man. Sorry, that's all I got, man.
I
but
wonder,
yeah,
I really do wonder. If this girl was 17 and let's say Dr. Disrespect was 19, I do wonder if people would be freaking out like they would. I think if he was like a conservative icon, I think the same thing would happen to him.
Yeah.
Or is
I do
seen
too.
as a conservative icon because he's not. This is not Ben Shapiro, guys. They didn't get Ben Shapiro with a bunch of little boys. It's Dr. Disrespect. He literally has no impact. The needle did not move at all. Trump's not going to lose the election because of this, but I do wonder if that's what they think, Yeah, 1719. I wonder if people were freaked out because that was the same situation with
I know who you're talking about.
Carson, Colby Carson. That was his situation. I stuck up for him. I have no shame in that. I guess that makes me a pedophile, though. Talk to you later.
All right, peace out, man.
Agmar. Oh, wait a minute. I know you.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah. You had your another one. Oh, yeah. Well, it's good to hear from you again. I'll talk to you later. We'll give you the other calls.
Yeah.
Call you again.
No problem.
Good man. I didn't know Agmar was there. Long as there we go.
Hey Tommy.
Shop the point, bitch.
I want to ask basically ask about the veto and what was his name, Mr. Girl thing. Like
what about it?
I don't believe that they have any place to grandstand about anything with all
but they're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know why. I don't know why Vito, after making the arguments he has, is like fucking being
especially Mr. Girl.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Girl. I didn't take it. I know what Mr. Girl was doing because he replied to that, and I'm not reporting, but I'm not bothering reporting because I guess he thinks I'm a bread tuber or something. And I was gonna get in a debate with him and maybe juice his career again or something. No, I'm not. Mr. Girl is a guy that went on and said he was attracted to fucking the minors inside of cuties, and maybe it's in minors in general. And I really don't care how he twists my words to do whatever he's trying to do with his now dead YouTube career. I don't give a fuck. So I'm not giving that. I showed you what I needed to show you. You can go see the reply for yourself. But it was pretty clear to me that he was trying to he wants to get me in a debate. Fuck off, pedo. Really. I'm sorry, minor attracted person.
It's because I don't know.
You want to laugh at Mr. Girl? Grandstand. Matt, who was that guy on Billy the Fridge's show?
Joey.
Joe tore him a new asshole. Go watch Joe versus Mr. Girl. It's hysterical.
It's like Mr. Girl didn't know what to do with it.
I didn't know what he'd do. What do you think he'd do with me? You think I'd be good faith with him? You think I owe him good faith? I probably should have fucking got him with him just to get him in there and humiliate him. But I don't even want to do that. And another thing, he's a backstabbing piece of shit. Look what he did to Destiny. Yeah. Talk to you later, bud. Let's put JFA. JFA, how you doing?
What's up, Tom? You're knocking out of the park with this dream.
Oh, thank you.
Good work.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm only like 60 subs away from 50K.
I know, right?
Yeah,
well
really.
earned at this point.
Really.
I wanted to ask you something.
Professional asshole. What are you talking about? Go ahead.
Can you be trusted not to pick a fight with Nerd City or Pyrocynical if you got invited to Clown's podcast?
Pick a fight? No. Why? No. Why would I?
Well, Clown invited you. You didn't read his dono?
First of all, I'm about to pick a fight with Nerd City. Stick around. Watch off on the point.
Well, so much for that.
Yeah. No. Why would I go in there and fucking tame myself?
For Clown's sake, he's your friend.
Clown doesn't want me on. He's never asked me to be on.
He did. He donated to you.
Clown.
That wasn't him. That was you, Jeff.
Oh, you're an idiot.
No, that was not me. I don't have $5. This is crazy.
Let me get Patreon going because I'm gonna step out after this. Who wants a bomb dropped for tomorrow's show? Who wants to drop a bomb?
Yeah.
For tomorrow's show? Who wants it? Who wants it?
I'm pressing one.
Who wants to see this is like a jaw-dropping bomb? Somebody doesn't like me. Somebody doesn't like me at all. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this sucker. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody don't like me. Who did I send it to?
Is it the screenshot you showed me and Matt?
Yeah, I think so.
It's in the group chat, but I can just resend it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great because I'm scrolling.
There you go.
There we go. Here we go. You'll see this right here. Nerd City's been threatening me in the TVH server.
Nice.
When I have time, I'll hurt him if I feel like it. None of you have real names in there anyway. Fuck.
Yeah.
OPAC Mexin, Abby Blackburn, Ashley B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody, Everborn, Latchkey, Little Manly, Nesquick. The one person that wants to be cool wasn't in there, so I'm happy. Nesquick, Panic Pun, Reynolds Hughes, the whole nine. And Tommy C's Cat Trivy Savage. And Irish. There you go. Mm-hmm.
And JFA.
Oh, that's right. They saw the email addresses, right?
Yes.
Guys, I got to take this down. Re-upload it.
You didn't say me.
Hmm?
I got scared. You didn't say my name. I'm still on the $10 thing.
Junior bottle. I gotta guys, I gotta take the stream down. I'm really sorry. Because that's the right thing to do. Sorry, Charlie.
Damn. I guess Nerd City won.
I'll put it back up with the thing later tonight. So yeah, you kind of won. We'll see tomorrow.
1 point.
So thank you very much. I'll put the stream back up as soon as I can, and you know what? I'll put it on Premiere so you can all watch it again. There you go. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye bye.